In my last video, I talked about social media and social distancing. Today, I want to talk to you about virus protection. Surely you've heard of such a thing. Every computer must have some sort of antivirus software so that you can stay safe out there in the virtual world. Don't worry, I'm not going to try and sell you some. Over the past 10 years, perhaps excluding the past few months, I would hazard to guess that the word virus has been used more in relation to computers than it has to people. We are constantly reminded of the threat from computer viruses, malware, and hacking in television and radio commercials. Large data breaches have cost companies billions of dollars, highlighted vulnerabilities, and even shown large-scale government corruption and/or illegality. You yourself may have been the victim of a computer virus, hack, or data breach. It wouldn't be surprising, since some of the most popular computer operating systems have been shown to have backdoors that allow for such intrusions, and some antivirus software companies have even been caught creating and spreading computer viruses, perhaps in an attempt to bolster sales. We have gone through decades of this conditioning to be afraid of computer viruses, as our lives are more and more being conducted online and in front of computers and smart devices. Over the past few years, actual social contact has lessened, particularly in recent months, while time spent on the internet and social network platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram has increased exponentially. You've been warned, time and again, that if you go online without some sort of virus protection and/or firewall, you're at risk, and hackers will steal your data, your identity, and maybe even ruin your life. I am by no means saying this can't happen. It's clearly a problem. But I do find it curious, call me a conspiracy theorist, that now we are being fed exactly the same sorts of warnings about real-world interactions. You're putting yourself and others at risk if you don't wear a mask. You have to socially distance, otherwise you'll catch the virus. The other thing that strikes me as interesting is that the very people who are warning us about this danger appear to be the ones who will profit from the solution they say is the only way to beat it. Human virus protection, or vaccines. Bill Gates, a man who made his billions running the company that made the aforementioned operating systems that have well-documented vulnerabilities and data collection/spyware components, is now the man set to make billions of dollars through vaccines he is saying you must have. Not just if you want to protect yourself, but if you want life to return to normal. On many parts of planet Earth, life is still normal, and the people living in those areas aren't walking around wearing masks or viewing every person they see in public as an infected person. The snake oil peddler is a stock character in Western movies, depicted as a traveling doctor with dubious credentials, selling fake medicines with boisterous marketing hype, often supported by pseudo-scientific evidence. To increase sales, an accomplice in the crowd, a shill, will often attest to the value of the product in an effort to provoke buying enthusiasm. The doctor will leave town before his customers realize they have been cheated. If we take a look at the flu vaccine and its efficacy over the years, it's hard not to notice fairly dubious results compared to the claims made by its manufacturers and their shills, in this case the media and public health officials. At the start of this year alone, it was admitted that the 2020 flu vaccine in the US was actually for a different strain of influenza than the one that was circulating. This isn't the first time this has happened. Couple that with the fact that the flu shot, at best, only offers 40 to 60% protection, and in many cases can exacerbate pre-existing health conditions, and that repeated doses over the years may actually reduce its effectiveness, makes one wonder whether the vaccine itself may indeed be a snake oil. Vaccines make billions of dollars for the pharmaceutical companies. Would you buy an antivirus software that offered at best 60% effectiveness and may lead to serious complications with your computer hardware? They certainly aren't sold this way. In an ordinary situation, when someone tells you that your life won't ever be the same unless you buy their goods or services, you might think you're dealing with the mafia, not someone with your best interests at heart. Now, in Melbourne, Australia, masks are about to become mandatory in public places, with a $200 fine if you refuse to wear one. Not only has De Fuhrer shut down the economy and issued gargantuan fines to people for exercising their God-given freedoms, he now has the temerity to tell you that you have to wear a mask, which offers little protection when it comes to virus transmission, forces you to breathe in your own waste, and adds another layer of depersonalization to the human experience. Here's the thing about masks and vaccines. If you think they work so well to protect you from whatever it is you think you need protection from, great! Wear one and get the jab. If your faith in these instruments of control are so high, then you have nothing to worry about when it comes to me, a free person who refuses to be jabbed and muzzled. My non-compliance with these things should make no difference to you because you've had the shot and you wear the mask. The good news in all this is the human body already has built-in virus protection. It's called your immune system. This amazing defense system, if properly looked after with nutrition, exercise, and even simple things like sunlight, human touch, laughter, and happiness, can ward off many diseases and viruses. Proof in this is the 99% recovery rate for most people who get COVID-19, the flu, or any other common virus human beings have been dealing with since the dawn of time. In fact, your body has a virus biome in it, and it's likely that you're carrying around inactive viruses at all times. It's just that your own personal virus protection has figured out a way to defend against them. Best news about this system is it's free, and you don't need any kind of snake oil salesman to get it. I'd like to throw out a big thanks to Anaconda Malt Liquor for giving my channel a shout out. A lot of you are probably familiar with his work, but if you're not, head over there and check out his content. And I'd encourage all of you, if you can, to make your own videos. Get out there and interview people and get the conversations happening. The incremental loss of our freedoms is difficult for a lot of people to notice when they are being saturated with fear and propaganda. David Icke calls it the totalitarian tiptoe. The only way we win is if we keep making our individual voices heard, so we become a chorus so loud that we are impossible to ignore. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. And of course, if you'd like to add your 2 cents, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear from you.